So this is a video of a leak detection that we performed in California. It's a vinyl liner leak detection. So again, we listen first. We use our Vilo equipment. On this one, we actually heard a leak in the light conduit, and we were able to tell it was the conduit because it was centered louder in the center of the glass. We're going to show you how we back up our findings. So again, we arrive at a pool, and the first thing we're going to do is set up all our stuff, but we're looking around, look at the equipment, look for capped up pipes, look for everything. Take a once around on a pool always. What are we looking for? Blowers, looking for capped off lines. We're looking for easy to see leaks. Maybe a rip in the liner, maybe something going on, a crack in the skimmer. But then we set up our pool scope, which we do before we even touch our vinyl liner equipment. Again, when we listen with the pool scope, we could listen as much. Most of these leaks we find with our pool scope before we even put anything in as far as the vinyl liner is concerned. We'll listen to plumbing, front ports, back ports, lights. In this case, we found a leak at this light, and it's loud or dead center at the glass, as I said. But we're not going to stop there. We're going to keep moving on, drop and drag over our main drain, get it settled, listen, and then move on. I like to listen to radiuses and coves when I can on a vinyl liner pool, because that's where most of these leaks occur, when it is in the vinyl liner. So now we're going to set up our Vilo, we're going to set up our ground, we're going to set up our float, and what we're actually doing is we're sending an electrical charge into this pool, and wherever there's a ground, it's going to show us as a leak. So when we check the hole and scan the whole vinyl, we're listening not for the noise of the leak, but for the ground. That's how the Vilo works. We listen to walls with the wall probe and the floors with the floor probe. Next thing is we heard something that we did. We went over the whole pool, so now we're going to back ourselves up. We always like to get two sources on a leak. So here we have our camera, inspection camera with the dye injection. You can see the dye being yanked on the bottom right. It's not the best picture in the world, but it's easy but you can see it. So this was a typical leak detection that we did. Because it was a vinyl liner, we used our Vilo to scan it to make sure that we didn't miss hearing something. We found our leak in our conduit where the wire is running through. The conduit was actually leaking in the conduit and where the conduit hooked up to the light itself.